Hey everybody, today on Nailed or Failed Reviews we're going to be talking about the Hornady Micrometer pistol insert. As you can see here, I have it installed in my powder thrower. And the objective of this thing is to basically give you a reference point for the amount of powder that you're throwing. So let me take it out of here and show you the differences between it and the stock one and give you my 2 cents on it. Okay, so here we are. We have the micrometer pistol insert on the right here, and then we have the stock insert on the left. And as you can see, I was actually making some marks with a permanent marker on the stock one because I was measuring out a flake powder and wanted to come back to it. But what I discovered is that it really doesn't matter where your marks are at, because it all comes down to what your scale reads. So with the micrometer insert, their theory behind it is that you have some numbers here and it can give you a little bit quicker reference to what your powder thrower is throwing. So you say, okay, I have it at 2.5 here, so right there, and then you throw that and then see how much it weighs in the actual scale. The numbers on here have nothing to do with how many grains it's actually going to throw. I confirmed that with Hornady, and they just said, yeah, it's just a reference point. The numbers on there are just a reference tool. So I can understand that, because when you're talking about going between different powders that are a flake powder or a ball powder, they measure out quite differently, especially when you're talking about a progressive press. So this was about $28 from Amazon. I'm going to return it because I don't think it's really worth the $30 to have these arbitrary numbers that don't mean anything, when you can do the same thing with this and just measure it out a few times and you get a pretty good idea of how far you need to go by screwing this in. The other thing I noticed about this thing is, you can see here, I don't know how well you can tell, but there's a bunch of movement because of the way this is built. See that? Because there's no lock ring like this one has, like the stock one has. So stock one's nice because it has this lock ring, and you make your fine adjustment, and then boom, you lock it down, and you can make a finer adjustment and not move so much. On the micrometer one, I noticed that what would happen is I would actually brush my hand against it and it would turn a little bit. It didn't take much when it was on the press. So unless you really are careful about saying, okay, this is exactly where I'm at, and mark that down and mark down how many grains that's throwing, this really isn't much help compared to this. So save your $30, go buy some brass or I don't know, some different something or other for your gun. But that's what it is. Again, that's the Hornady Micrometer pistol insert for the powder thrower. Nailed or Failed Reviews. I'd save my money on this one, guys. Have a good day.